Hey everybody, it's Penjamin15 once again, and we're going to do a review today. We're going to review the UNI Power Tank 7mm ballpoint pen. Alright, and this is the aforementioned pen. Okay, there's two things that make this pen a little bit different than your average pen. The body is a very thick construction. It's just got a very thick, meaty kind of plastic grip assistance, as we say where I'm from, chunky. So enjoy the chunkiness of it. Thick body. And the second thing that makes it unique is the actual refill itself. What's unique about this is that this is a pressurized refill. Now, it's not solid metal or anything like that, but the benefit of the pressurized refill, as we covered with the Fisher Space Pen, is that the ball point, the actual ball, should always be engaged and ready to write, regardless of position or anything like that. You'll see people say, well, it'll write upside down. And great, I mean, every pen I've owned has been able to write the word upside down. And of course, I'm being silly. But the World War II fighter pilots, they liked it because it wouldn't leak in higher atmosphere. So the pressurized pen, it'll write in this position if you have to write above your head for some reason. But what I like is I don't have to do that scratchy thing where I just grab a ballpoint pen that I haven't used in a couple of minutes or hours, have a little post-it note, do my little scratchiness, and get going with it. Alright, so this is ballpoint ink. It is a 0.7mm. So as far as ballpoints go, that's a pretty regular size, but it does, even for 0.7 and even for ballpoint, it does seem to be a very thin line, which I really enjoy. Okay, just for contrast, this is one of the Kuro 0.7 gels in 0.7. I just said 0.7 twice. And you can see by contrast how much ink that gel pen is putting down versus the ballpoint. Ballpoint. Okay. So you see the benefit. You'll get a lot more writing out of a single refill of the ballpoint versus the gel, because you're just not using as much as you would. Okay, so as always, we're going to do a smudge test, and no surprise there, ballpoint ink, I can't talk today, ballpoint ink is very smudge resistant. It dries very quickly because it's basically the medium that we're using for the ink. So let's do the highlighter test. And again, no great, we're not splitting the atom there, fellas, on that. Okay, so besides that, is there anything kind of unique about it? Not really. It's just a solid pen. If you want to spice up your pen game and you want something a little bit unique that you're sure the other fellas, or anyone, not just fellas, are using, this might be the pen for you. Alright, so let's do the recap real quick. The price, before tax and before shipping, goes for about $3.30. I got it from jetpens.com, one of my favorite sites. Pressurized refill, the benefit of that is you will get a line instantly when you write. It's very responsive to gel pens, and of course it'll write upside down. I don't know why that's such a big frickin' deal. Okay, I got this one from jetpens.com, but I got it in the ballpoint sampler. So if you're new to pens and you just want to immerse yourself in several good pens, the samplers are the way to go. I've got a different sampler coming in a couple of days. Okay, it makes a tight 7mm line, and even for ballpoint. So it is very, If you're wanting to do fine writing, like note-taking in a very tight space, I had to write a bunch of phone numbers down for my boss, but I had a very little amount of space to do it, and this was the pen I used this week at work for my test, and it worked out very well. And lastly, solid construction. I don't have a problem throwing this. When it comes to EDC for me, I don't really take too much care of the pen. I want to put it in my pocket, or I want to throw it in my backpack. I want to pull it out and I want it to work. I don't want too much fuss and muss with an EDC. And this seems perfect, you know. All right. And all the handles on Instagram, Penjamin15, on the YouTubes, which you're hopefully watching now, on the Twitters, and on the TikTok. All right. This was the Easter weekend. If that's part of your tradition, I hope you had a great time. If it's not part of your tradition, I still hope you had a great time. Doing a lot better. Hopefully we'll get cleared by the doctors this week and we can be out of the recovery phase. I'm very excited about that. Everyone who sent me well wishes, thank you so much for that. And we'll see you next time. Peace out.